Irish Hills of Michigan and NASCAR's fastest track. But first on NASCAR Race Up, we'll recap all the action from the Tricky Triangle with Radioactive. Fresh off win number 83, Chad Knaus will join Austin Dillon and Brad Keselowski in studio. Driver 43, Eric Almirola, stops in to update us on his recovery. Gavin and Keelan Harvey get you ready for the upcoming U.S. Open on Fox. And speaking of fathers and sons, some of NASCAR's best talk about their memories growing up in Letters to Dad. That's all next week on NASCAR Race Up, weeknight 6 p.m. Eastern, only on FS1.
That's a fun place to get your daily dose of NASCAR on the hub on FS1.
Here's somebody that knows what it's like to go to victory lane at Pocono.
Yep. Chris Buescher was driving for Front Row Motorsports. Forward here last year. And when most of the leaders pitted, and the famed Pocono weather made its appearance, weather or not, where did he go? Out of the fog and into victory lane in the rain-shortened race here in August.
Rain shortened or rain lengthened. I was in that race, driving the 88 car. That was a Monday. My second Monday I spent in Pocono last year.
You've had some interesting experiences at this race.
Oh my gosh, DW. We talk about challenges. This place is always a challenge. But when things go right, it's like the most awesome feeling. When things go wrong, it is really bad. And I've had some go really bad.
Yeah. Remember a couple of
Turbine just jumped up from 27th to 13th on the speed chart after switching over to qualifying trim, as did Ryan Blaney, jumped up to 6th, and now Chris Buescher to 15th. Business picks up.
Yeah, you can see here on our graphic that Trevor and Darrell Wallace and all those guys that were over all got the same speed, but getting in qualifying trim here, they're picking up a good bit.
Yeah, this is
everybody on that list. Excuse me, a bunch of rookies there, along with
This is one of those tracks when you put it into qualifying trim and you tape up, you gain straightaway speed, corner speed, you drive in deeper, you can get back to the throttle harder, you can do so many things, and you're talking about a lot of speed that can be picked up. I've seen pick up 3/4 of a second, 1 second here going to qualifying.
Well, I think one of the things here I always gauge, this is where you see who's got the most horsepower. I always thought. Because it takes a lot of horsepower to push a car through the air down one of these straightaways. And the guy that usually has the most power, you got to get through the corners decent, but the straightaway speeds here are so critical.
Yeah, you have two 3,000-foot straightaways here.
Yeah, and this little spoiler is reminiscence to some degree. I remember Tim Richmond here. He loved coming here because Harry Hyde, when Tim was driving that 25 car and they had those VNR motors in there, they had a lot of power. Harry Hyde would lay Tim's spoiler down to about 20 degrees right before he got ready to go qualify. And he was the only guy that could make it around with the spoiler like that.
Erik Jones had a tough finish after he had a really strong run at Dover. Currently 24th on the speed chart. Getting caught up in the race-ending big one in overtime. He was right there, right behind Ty Dillon. He got a sleep full. Larry, let me see if I recall the rule correctly. When this determines a race finish, we talked about the overtime line and the leader having to get past it for the race to... Sorry, they're still wrecking. They're going to be wrecking for about the next... What was it at Talladega Nights? They went to commercial during the wreck and finished it afterwards. That's how that one felt like. But NASCAR goes back and reviews all of the video for the position of the cars, but they still need to make it back around at reasonable speed to start-finish. And Wednesday, one little part of that finish changed.
Yeah, they do have to make it back around. It's not like the race is officially over once that they've declared it a race. But yeah, anytime else in the race, Mike, they go back to where you crossed the last loop. But when it determines the finish of the race, they go to what they saw, footage, photos, anything in only two places that really gets complicated is Daytona and Talladega. But yeah, there was a change in position. I think it was Austin Dillon and Matt Kenseth back there 12th and 13th when they went back and looked at footage.
Martin Truex is back out, having solved his power steering issues. And he'll get to make a few laps in these next 19 minutes before the end of this session. Faced by the Kyles, Larson, and Busch.